Hey, welcome to day 26 of my December daily. If you caught 25, I had created this pocket card here and I did this 3x4 pocket page. So I just pulled that one out of that pocket page and we are going to decorate that for day 26. And then I just had a couple photos from the month. This actually happened on the 26th. We were playing cards and my Dane is so funny. She just likes to be involved. So she's sitting there helping. And then, I wanted to use this pocket card and then just another picture of our dog up there. So this one is going to slide in here and it's going to, I don't think this page needs much journaling since we're just playing cards and the name of the game is right there on the cards, Sky Joe. If you haven't played that, it's really fun. I do want to bring in some of those blues, greens. This is written in the brown, and then he does have the red on his little bow, and that cardinal is red. So I can bring in all of the colors to decorate this. I have this little piece of glacier, and then I went through my stash of cut trees and found these two. And then look at this little guy that I had fussy cut out of that pattern paper, and he's drinking coffee. And you can see that my husband has his coffee here with some chocolate, so that goes perfect with that. So I am going to use the light side, it matches pretty well, of glacier, and we are going to tack that down. And then the trees, I'm not sure if I want them the same height. I might actually have it kind of come off a little bit. And then maybe I should have tucked one behind. I could also just trim it. Do that. So I'm going to use my Barely Art Glue. And then the 26 could go. Looking back, I do like the 26 overlapping these trees. Where would you put it if you were me? I feel like that's really heavy on that side. I feel like it needs to come over here more. But then we have all that open space. I think he's going to have to go there. I'm going to go around him with some early espresso. And then I'm just going to use the Mono Liquid Glue, Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. Try saying that 10 times fast. I have the classic matte dots, I have these glitter gems, or I have some of these that would tie in even more red. Let's do these white ones here. They kind of pick up the colors that are around them. There we go. I just kind of did a little triangle. And these are the Cherry Cobbler and Pearl adhesives. We'll just slide that right into that pocket there. And 26 is done. Let's go ahead and get started on 27. We do have some catching up to do, so I'm going to do a couple more days with you here. For 27, I cut a whole bunch of pictures using my circle die cut, and I did some in the about 2-inch circle, and then these are 1.5-inch circles. And then I cut out the tops of some ornaments. This is just a die cut from my stash. And then of course the 27. So I don't know that I can fit all of this on a single page, but we are going to try. Ideally, I'd like to get all of these on just a single page. Here we're making homemade noodles. Something you probably don't know about me is we try to make everything from scratch as much as we can. So homemade noodles, and then someone at work gave me a bundt cake, and they were generous enough to offer one to my husband too. So I came home with 2 of them. We got to share different flavors. And then my lap dog here curled up on my lap. And I just thought it could look like a whole bunch of ornaments hanging. Here it kind of came off my page a little bit, so I'm going to intentionally add another one there. And then maybe kind of like that. Here I'm reading a picture book to my dog because why not? And then you already saw the ones of us curled up reading The Grinch, and I had taken a whole bunch so I could choose from the pictures. I like how you can see my Dane curled up right there. And then 2 of us. And then having the toppers on all of them will make them look like ornaments. Now this one doesn't need a topper if I put these 2 over it like that, which there is a lot of extra space in my photo up there, so that should be okay. I did have some leftovers of these glitter ones if I wanted to incorporate those too to bring in some more glitter. And then if I wanted the top to match the same, that's from the same die cut, so then I can just add these to the tops of those. I feel like I need something in the background though so it's not just on white, but maybe if I did a frame style, because I think I want white behind my pictures. It seems to make them pop a little more. So I wanted to use my silver paint pen to create the strings going up from these. So I think what I'll do is after adding all of the strings going up to the top, I'll add a whole bunch of sprigs. I think I'm just going to grab what I have left and just create a big line of sprigs here to kind of act as like the tree that the ornaments are hanging from. So I'm going to add all these little toppers onto these ornaments and then start placing those and creating my lines. I am going to use my ruler to make sure my lines are straight. I got all my lines drawn for my ornaments, and as you can see, I did go over my pictures on some of them so that it looks like the ornaments are hanging, you know, in front of each other and whatnot. And then I got all of these sprigs added. I do want to finish off the sprigs, so I think I'll bring this big bow in there from a die cut from my stash. And then I wanted to kind of finish off these little openings, and as you can see, I had an ink spot here. Yeah, maybe a green one there, and then a red one up here. And I'll just use my Bearly Art Glue and add some glue to the center of these little bows. And I think that'll help distract from that, but I don't really want to go up above. I think it'll just kind of work as a distraction so that you're not looking at that ink spot there. So I'll go ahead and add all these bows on. I got all the little bows down, and then I went around the edges with that same paint pen just to kind of frame it all in. And then I'm going to add some little dots, and I'm leaning towards the glitter gems and kind of making those look like extra ornaments in the tree too. I could bring in those clear ones also, or the red ones. It's almost tempting to bring the clear ones in and then have them look like little clusters, you know. Maybe I should do that since there's clusters of 3. Let's do that first, see how that goes, and then maybe add some singles around. And I am going to bring in some red just because I have red elsewhere too, so I think it'd be a nice little touch. All right, I do need to trim off the top here. So what I find easiest is just to flip it over. You could run this through your paper cutter too. All right, there is day 27, or in this case, story 27. It was just a lot of the random pictures from the rest of my December camera roll added to this layout. I hope it looks like ornaments in a tree. I wondered if adding some sprigs coming out the sides would kind of help it look like... Here, let's bring in maybe... Like if you brought in sprigs like that, it might actually look more like it's ornaments coming out of the tree. And maybe I could add just a couple, like those two there. I don't know, what do you think? Should I add those? Here it is with those extra sprigs added. What do you think? Should I have had sprigs coming up the bottom too, or do you like it just the top and sides, or should I have left it just the top? What do you think? But I think it's fun, different. It kind of gives that junk journal feel to it. It gets more photos on than what I normally get to add. So I think it works. It documents story 27, and I will get 28 documented in the next video because we actually went and saw my family, and I have a lot more photos to add to that one, so that's going to be its own video. We got 2 more days done, so until next time, live a life worth scrapping. Bye, guys.